Hello and welcome. I'm Salman Durrani, and today we are talking about the situation between Pakistan and Afghanistan. In today's show, we are having Ahmad Sharif Zada from Afghanistan. He's a political activist. Welcome, Ahmad, to my podcast. First of all, I just want to, know the general thing, the general situation in Afghanistan, in perspective with, in respect with the Afghan Taliban and the relationship with the TTP and other terrorist outfits, and how they operate in Afghanistan and how they are cooperating with each other.
Thank you so much, Tony brother. Thanks for having me. Unfortunately, currently in Afghanistan, situation is in fearless status. The people they are suppressed to not share any details within Afghanistan to abroad. So, based on that, however, the Taliban they have deep relationship with TTP, and currently they are maintaining their relationship with TTP and BLA and other terrorist groups in the high level. So according to my recent information that I received from Afghanistan, but the Taliban are currently determine the budget for TTP groups about $300 million per year. They are currently supporting the TTP. They are logistic them, sheltering them, and they are as it's very obvious, they are exporting towards Pakistan. But the current situation in Afghanistan right now, as I told, it's a fearless. People are just waiting for a regime change, and they are believing that the Taliban are currently breathing their last breaths. So, they are just looking forward for regime change, and they are waiting for escalation of the tension between Taliban and the regional countries, including Pakistan, and they are looking towards regional countries to involve in Afghanistan peace, and they could provide some movements, some anti-Taliban movements inside Afghanistan to bring the new regime to overthrow the terrorism support regime of the Taliban. So this is the current situation in Afghanistan, and that's it.
Ahmed, people in Pakistan wants to know that the brethren of Pakistanis, we trusted Taliban, we trusted the current regime initially, and then people of Afghanistan expectedly expected from this regime that they could have a better impact or image or performance in the future of Afghanistan, sorry to say. But with time it has proved that this regime is not in favor of peace in the region, as well as it is not in favor of Afghan people as well.
Yes. That's the main points. Just look. Suppose a regime is established in your own country, and they are taking your taxes, and they are giving to the regional terrorists to go on your country and do terrorist activities. It's very painful for people of Afghanistan. Taliban right now, they are determined many high-level taxes to the pupil. People are suffering from the high tax level of the Taliban inside Afghanistan. So these taxes are not even using for development of the country, but they are going to the pocket of terrorists, regional terrorists, including TTP, including BLA, Al-Qaeda leaders. Some of their leaders are inside Afghanistan right now. So these taxes are directly going to the pocket of terrorists. So this is very painful for the people of Afghanistan, and they are considered this regime as an illegitimate regime that came with the agreement of Doha, and they are expecting that this regime will overthrow very soon. And till that time, they are looking forward with the most hope.
Right, Ahmed. How do you see, the involvement of the foreign countries, India, Israel, against Pakistan? Is it, any evidence or evidences? Of course, we do have many things to prove this relationship. Being in Afghanistan, how you see all this, that the involvement of India propagating this war and the war propaganda against Pakistan?
Actually, the India, they are using the Taliban by two ways. First, by supporting them against Pakistan to escalation their tension. And the second one, indirectly, they are providing financial aid to the Taliban regime to facilitate the operation of BLA and TTP from inside of Afghanistan. So in this case, as you mentioned it, I'm pretty sure Pakistan Army has its own evidence regarding this. But as in Afghanistan, the situation is very strict, and the people they cannot expose or record or take pictures or anything else to the and send it to the abroad to the journalists or media. So currently, we don't have any physical evidence, but we have much reports that the Taliban currently receiving financial funds from India to facilitate the TTP and BLA operation within the territory of Afghanistan.
Right, Ahmed, how do you see the intelligence-based operation against TTP and other terrorist outfits in Afghanistan? What is the impact of this operation from Pakistan towards Afghan Taliban or this the TTP and these terrorist outfits?
Regarding the intelligence operations, so I believe the intelligence operations, they are not, they can be impactful in the short term, but in the long term, as the Taliban remain in the power of Afghanistan. So for sure, they are reform and they will get much power. They will reboard the formation of the terrorist groups. So for long term, I believe if not only Pakistan, if the regional countries want stability in the long term, they need to overthrow the Taliban regime, or at the least they should facilitate a situation in Afghanistan to overthrow the Taliban regime as soon as possible, because these intelligence operations, these short-term war, these are not effective. It's not effective. The Taliban also, they are rebuilding their regime. They are receiving many funds from the many countries which have competition with the Pakistan, and so they are as well receiving funds under the name of counter ISIS from America. So they are currently rebuilding their power as well, and they are reforming the other terrorist groups at the same time. And it's a very painful situation, not only for Afghanistan people currently, we see it's for Pakistan as well. So intelligence operations, it can be effective in the short term, but for the long term, we need to overthrow the Taliban regime from the power of Afghanistan to suppose.
Right. Ahmed, tell me something about the information coming from Afghanistan that Kabul now is surrounded by many groups, the ethnic groups ready to revolt. What is the situation?
Can you repeat the question again?
The Kabul government, the Taliban government is surrounded by many ethnic groups ready to revolt, ready to fight for their right.
Okay.
What is the current situation?
Actually, current situation, as you know it well, the Taliban, they took power and their leaderships belong only in one ethnicity of Afghanistan. The rest of ethnicities, which are creating about 77 population of the country, they are out of the power, out of the authority. So the rest of ethnicity, they are, as I told you before, they are just looking forward just for finding the facilitation of starting a war against the Taliban to take the fate of their own countries on their hands. So unfortunately, what's the main problem of Afghanistan right now that the Taliban are ruling?
Ahmed, just tell me about the information that was coming from Afghanistan, and that is the Kabul is facing the resistance from those groups who are the other ethnic groups. They are about to target the Kabul government, the Taliban government. What is the real situation there? Ground situation?
Actually, in the ground situation, this resistance group, if we consider NRF and AFF, Afghanistan Freedom Front and National Resistance Front of Afghanistan, these two groups are actively active within Afghanistan, and they currently operate against the Taliban regime in the several provinces of Afghanistan. As the recent information that I received from the NRF, National Resistance Front, they are killed about 5 Taliban members in a coordinated operation in Kunduz province of Afghanistan. So it seems that they have ability to challenge the Taliban regime, but as I told you before, what they have not, it's the lack of a regional partnership. And in this situation that Pakistan is facing too, it's a very suitable situation for both groups, for anti-Taliban movements and Pakistan, to make a joint cooperation against the Taliban, against the other terrorism inside Afghanistan.
Right, Ahmed, what is, the opinion prevails in Afghanistan about the national government, the all parties government in Afghanistan? And what is the possibility? National government of all the political parties.
Governments, what's the perception of national government exactly? Means contribution of all ethnicity.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So that's a very clear point. In each country, if you ask from a citizen, they'll support the national governments, which contribute by all ethnicities around the country. So the only hope of the Afghanistan people is this: after the Taliban, they hope that they could establish a government that's be acceptable by all ethnicities across the country. So the Taliban are not even national. They are not even national regime, and they are only support. The leaderships of the regimes belong only in one ethnicity of Afghanistan, and they are prevent the other ethnicities across the country. And this is the one point that this regime is illegitimate in Afghanistan.
Right, Ahmed, if the national government comes, or the people other than this Taliban regime, what do you see their opinion about Pakistan? Will they, are they ready to talk with Pakistan, or there will be a same opinion as Taliban do have against Pakistan?
Actually, what's make difference amongst Taliban from their oppositions? This is dialogue. The Taliban are not believe in the dialogue and the peace talking. They just know the language of war, language of rifles. So what's the opposition movement of the Taliban wants? It's dialogue. They say, let's talk, let's solve the Afghanistan's current crisis with dialogue. with the national talk of peace, and let's make legitimate governments across the country. This is applicable to the Pakistan as well. They say if we have any problem with Pakistan, we should go through the draw the dialogue, and it's not suitable for these two nations to go and start a war against each other. But the Taliban are trying to solve the crisis with the language of war, and they are not believing in the talking. Even if they get ready to talk with you, they just say you should accept what we want, and that's it. There is not any negotiation. There is not any other options.
Right.
So
Lastly, Ahmed, just tell me that people in Afghanistan, how the people of Afghanistan are looking at the efforts the Pakistan army, the very professional army, is making to maintain peace in the region.
Actually, the one things that the Afghanistan people are criticize, it's the collateral damage from the counter-terrorism operation of Pakistan army. So the rest of things that the Pakistan army operating against the terrorism, it's supportable by all nations across the Afghanistan, except those who are supporting the Taliban, or they have ideology like the Taliban.
And they are very few. And there are very few who are supporting the Taliban.
Yes,
am I right?
For sure they are very few. Last point I want to share. This is that Taliban are just a name. In Afghanistan, Taliban are just a name. Under the Taliban name, there is much regional terrorist groups. Suppose TTP members, currently they are actively walking across the country in the name of the Taliban, and they say we are Taliban. BLA commanders, currently they are in the numerous provinces of Afghanistan. They are walking freely, and they say we are the Taliban. The contribution of Afghan people along the Taliban is too much low. Suppose we can contribute 50% of population in the Taliban government. It's original or initial Afghan national, but the rest of these terrorists came from Iran, came from Tajikistan, came from Pakistan, which is the majority of the foreign terrorists along the Taliban regimes. So these are actually the points that I want to share. And as I told Taliban, we cannot say that all Taliban members are Afghan. No, they are just a name.
Right.
And
now tell me, Ahmed, that how the common people of Afghanistan are looking at this crisis. That the land of Afghanistan is being used to destabilize Pakistan and the regional peace because of this Taliban regime. Because you are landing, you are making space for the TTP, you are making space for the BLA, you are making space for other terrorist outlets who are freely working in Afghanistan. So what the sentiments of the common people of Afghanistan, what do they think about that activity?
As I mentioned before, it's very painful for the people of Afghanistan to use their own soil against their neighboring countries. And as well, they are criticizing the Taliban before. The last 4 years, many people inside Afghanistan, they are openly criticized the Taliban that you are receiving the taxes from Afghanistan people, and you are funding with that the regional terrorists, and you are using these terrorists against our neighboring countries. But what was the Taliban response? Suppression. They are just brutally arrested those people, and they are suppressed the voices which are stand against the Taliban. So the public opinion against the Taliban policies are totally criticizable, and they are totally disagree with what the Taliban adopts policy against the regional countries.
Right. Ahmed, lastly, how you see, looking at this situation, the war escalation between Pakistan and Afghanistan, not exactly Afghanistan against the TTP and the supporting Afghan Taliban. How long the Afghan Taliban can sustain and stand before Pakistan?
In my opinion, the tension between Pakistan and Taliban, this is a good point that you mentioned. We should not mention Afghanistan because this is not the war of Afghanistan people.
Yeah.
It's only the Taliban and their partners. But in my opinion, this war will take long as much as the Taliban are in power in Afghanistan territory. As mentioned it before, for Pakistan, there is not only strategy to just go and bombing the Taliban's military stations and that's it. No, it's not the main points for solving the Afghanistan crisis. What's the main point that needs? It's a joint partnership with the anti-Taliban movements. Currently, they have ground forces. Yeah, Pakistan can go through the airstrikes. They can airstrikes on the TTP bases, Taliban bases. It's not the solvable. Taliban have territory and they can shift the TTP and their military bases anywhere that they want. But what's the lack of policy here? It's a joint partnership. Pakistan needs joint partnership with the anti-Taliban resistance and the anti-Taliban resistance as well. They need to find regional partners like Pakistan to start a real or practical joint partnership to operating counter-terrorism against the Taliban, TTP, BLA, and the rest of terrorist groups.
Sorry, Ahmed, lastly, just clear that if Pakistan step forward and take part in the regime change operation in Afghanistan, would the people of Afghanistan support this action?
For sure, they support. They believe any regional players, that they came and facilitate a situation that overthrow the Taliban regime. They are supporting it. Doesn't matter it's Pakistan or it's other regional countries. What's the matter? It's the Taliban's collapse. It's need not only for Afghanistan people but for regional.
Right. Ahmad Sharif, you were with us and we were talking about the situation about Afghanistan and Pakistan. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.